HBR got a bullet spread accuracy buff and a 2 other buffs to the damage multipliers. Now in earlier video I said that it had 3 damage buffs, but I guess I cannot read sometimes. And well, I will say straight up, the gun is a very good, usable, almost meta. Once you get a lock-on the enemy in somewhat close to mid-ranges, you can get some really nice kills. But there are a few problems. One would be the overall tracking of the enemies. For this reason I have the stock, which improves the ADS movement. And another issue would be the slow reload speed. Now the reload speed I also tried the fast mag, but 38 bullets is just not enough. So you do have to use the 44 bullets. And well, you could add sleight of hand, but I did not really come up with anything that I could remove for it. So I think that this build that I'm using right now is probably the best option for the HBR. And as you can see, it really works. Now in the past I made a few hardpoint tutorials where I said that my random teammates usually don't know what they are doing, but here I made the crucial mistake that cost us the match. I deployed cluster strike to seal the area from where enemies could push, and it really did nothing, and enemies managed to break through our protection, I guess, and at this point we just couldn't do anything. But well, the match was still good to showcase the weapon, and I have a shoot house victory in my earlier video. But then once I look at the stats and I see the guys with barely any seconds of hardpoint, I think that even though it was my hiccup, that they should really watch the tutorials. And then I tried the iconic Thunderbolt sling, and it gives some recoil buffs, ADS time buff, hipfire bullet spread accuracy buff, but the ADS movement is not increased, but it is actually decreased, which makes it harder to track your enemies when you are shooting at them. And while it is possible to get used to, and if you use this gun a lot you might actually prefer it, but I think that I really liked the previous stock better, because ADS movement it kind of felt needed for this weapon. But like I said, it is usable. Just you have to be more accurate, like you have to maybe pre-aim or just aim exactly where your enemies should be, not try to correct your aim while shooting. And for this reason I still think that the previous build is a better choice, but I mean I tried this one as well. Now we didn't get many kills here, but it was a stack against stack. And well, my teammates, we have all good seconds of ABG. Meanwhile, the enemies, I think we maybe try to do some map control or something, or farm kills unsuccessfully. But you can look at the left side, the time zone, and on the right side, and it is clear why the enemies lost. And then I also tried the marksman barrel with no stock, just because it is also an option. And while the recoil is good, but the gun it just feels slower, heftier, which is especially not a pleasant thing coupled with the reload time. It just makes everything feel too bulky and slow. And in this match, for instance, I had 14 captures, while my teammates, I think the most they got were 5. So like I had to do the capturing all the time. And the slowness of the weapon, it was just not ideal for such playstyle. And I think that if your teammates are OBGing, you kind of could use this build, but at the same time it just feels unnecessary. Like, we do not need the extra range to have a hefty gun. And so for this reason I would say that, like I said, the first build I showed would be the best. A thunder sling is possible, but I still think the first one would be the best option. But like, I wanted to try them all just to see the differences. And I tried a few other builds, but they are just not as good to even mention. And overall, well, like I said, it is good. But a bit of the issue is that we have Peacekeeper, which is in a very similar field of use. And it has a fast reload time, really good ADS movement, everything. And I think that I will try it out this season as well, but it should be better. And these guys, we should watch the domination tutorial.